Our world today is limitless. Many people are very pursued in beating the best of the best. In fact, there seems to be new records every year in the Guinness World Book of Records. Once someone make a new record, there will be another person wanting to break it. Speaking of the best, have you ever wondered about the future of the world's skyline, knowing how incredibly tall Burj Khalifa is? Will there be another building to beat its height? Or will its crown of being the tallest building in the world remain in its hands? Today, we'll take a look at some of the upcoming tallest building in the world. But before anything else, make sure to subscribe to Luxe Luxury channel and hit the notification bell to be updated for more videos like this one. First on the list is Tower M. We all know Kuala Lumpur's Petronas Twin Towers with a height of 1,483 feet. This is boasted by Malaysia as its jewel. However, this glory might be ending soon because of Tower M or KLCC Eastgate Tower, which will be wide as 4 acres of land. What is amazing in this architecture is that there are tons of investment in its sturdy foundation. Although the tower would be situated in a retail podium for over 2,297 feet high, a very sturdy base will secure it. Hence, there is nothing to worry much about. Just trust the power of architecture in Malaysia. Moreover, despite Tower M's 145-story structure, which is shorter than Burj Khalifa, it is much higher than the 88-story high Petronas Towers. Tower M also comprises 4 million square feet for a total construction cost of $650 million. However, do not get your hopes too much for this building because there is no reassurance by the direct developers. In fact, the development would only begin in 2030, which is quite taking much time. Well, I think that the Petronas Towers may continue their operations without worrying much of their competitor. Next up, Merdeka PNB 118. Despite the uncertainty of the construction of Tower M, Malaysia has its option B, which is Merdeka PNB 118. In 2018, the building reached 50 floors already. Moving forward in 2019, there were 80 floors in total. But that is not the end because the developers took advantage of the pandemic to construct more buildings. It is foreseen that by 2025, there will be 118 floors in total for Merdeka PNB 118. Yup, there is no contentment when it comes to developing such buildings. Moreover, compared to Tower M, Merdeka PNB 118 is shorter by 100 feet. But we'll never know after some years. The developers might think about adding more floors for the building. So what is inside Merdeka PNB 118? Why does it have to be contained so many floors? Well, it caters hotel and residences, rental spaces, and retail centers. An important part of architecture possessed by this building is its height mega columns surrounding the exterior with an outrigger system that is equivalent to 3 floors underground. Given the building's height, the purpose of these installations is to resist strong winds. You will never want to be at the highest floor screaming because of fear of the structure of collapsing, right? Oh, before I forgot, this building costs more than $500 million. What a gem! Next is the Bride. It may be unusual for you to hear Iraq as a place where a tall building will be situated. But here it is, a building called the Bride, which is deemed to compete with the Burj Khalifa. Iraq, specifically the city of Basra, is like an underrated movie. There are only few who knows that it has been making a transformation even way back 2013. Now that you know this, might as well share this video to your friend. Going back, the architects for this project are planning to construct almost 3/4 of a mile high. To reiterate what I have said, it is made to compete with Burj Khalifa and is projected to be 1,000 feet higher. To give you a picture of how tall this building would be, imagine Burj Khalifa. Then you stack Eiffel Tower on it. There. That is how tall the Bride is. This building comprises 241 floors with clinics, gardens, hotels, residences, and house offices for business people. It has 4 interconnected buildings with a total floor space of 16 million. You might be wondering, the building would be much higher than Burj Khalifa if they opted to create only one building. Well, safety is one of the priorities of this building because four buildings would have more escape routes than one, right? Therefore, you do not have to worry when unfortunate circumstances happen. In terms of the bride's construction, it was reported by 2025 it would be completed. However, the bride seems to be lonely because of his groom since there are no signs of work even today. Let's move on to the next one, the Big Bend. You'll never go wrong with the skyline of New York. It is the home of the most dazzling skyscraping buildings in the world. These buildings may be enough for some, but there is still more to be offered by the city of New York. This is 2,000 feet above the sky, and if you are to stretch this building, which I know you would probably not, it would be twice the height of Burj Khalifa. This building is definitely one of a kind. Thanks to the Weo Studio for being so creative despite the regulations of New York in terms of the floor area ratio. It is prohibited to form a building with massive complexes in a residential neighborhood. However, OEO Studio was determined and smart enough to use two separate lots and build 10 times the floor area ratio of a single lot. And this is the result. Nevertheless, how do you think elevators are working here? Let me know in the comments down below. Next on the list, we have Oblisco Capitale. As we all know, the country of Egypt is known for its famous monuments, such as the pyramids and the Great Sphinx. These structures are indeed picturesque. However, the Oblisco Capitale can beat these two by its height, style, and design. Oblisco Capitale is established as the crowning jewel of the new administrative capital of Egypt with the purpose of increasing the economic development of Egypt. Therefore, once it is completed before Basra's bride, it will be hailed as the tallest building in Africa, ranging from 3,280 feet tall and a cost of 3.2 billion whopping dollars. This building also comprises 250 floors, with a floor space of 13 million square feet. For you to picture on your mind its height, imagine 233 football fields on top of each other. Well, I hope that fits into your imagination. But don't imagine the building literally as a football field. The Oblisco Capitale has a glittering facade not only for the purpose of aesthetics, but also to reduce the heat inside the building with the absence of detraction of the exterior part of the building. It is in fact estimated that the tower will be finished in 2030. What a celebration for the Egyptians! Next is the Sky City. New York is not only the home to skyscraping buildings, there is also China, with a total of 95 skyscrapers with an average height of 984 feet high. However, all these are not enough to prove the country's ability to construct amazing buildings and probably boasted in the world. The Sky City has a total of 220 floors and comprises 280,000 square feet. This floor space is actually equivalent to five football fields. The developers are planning to incorporate 270,000 tons of steel on the building, which is 38 times more than the metal used in Eiffel Tower. If this plan is pursued, then it would beat the height of Burj Khalifa for 32 feet higher. That seems to be worth the wait, right? The current building costs 1.46 billion whopping dollars and can accommodate 17,400 people altogether. It includes helipads and high-speed elevators which matches its modern aesthetic and design. Just a bit of a flashback, Broad Group, the construction firm responsible for Sky City, has immense confidence with their work. They promise to construct almost two floors every day. At first, it was a success and a mind-blowing instance. However, it was revealed in 2013 that developers were not able to acquire the necessary environmental permissions for building on a wetland site. And with this, the building was temporarily abandoned. But lo and behold, the Broad Group still fought and asserted in 2017 that Sky City will be redeveloped to serve as the Tower of the Future. We also have the Millennium Challenge 1852 on our list. The Millennium Challenge 1852 is also called the Al Jaber Tower to be located in Kuwait. The proposal for this structure was presented back in 2005 by Omero Marchetti, a famous architect in Italy. The goal of its construction is to be the first building to reach the full nautical mile in height, meaning 6,076 feet, which is more than twice the height of Burj Khalifa. However, since the proposal started back in 2005, where there were only traditional construction methods, Marchetti knows that it seems impossible to be constructed right away. However, it was not the end for this big project. Marchetti started experimenting through removing right and perpendicular angles from the design. He focused on making hexagonal matrices to support objects with high volumes and low weight, resulting to a wonderful irregular spire tower. On the other hand, despite many investors coming in line, there are still no signs for the development of this project. Well, it seems worth the wait. Moving forward, we have Jeddah Tower. The Jeddah Tower seems to be telling Saudi Arabia to watch their backs because of its incredible height that might be close to the tallest building in the world. Jeddah Towers was constructed way back 2013 for $1.23 billion. It seems like the architect assigned in this project is very ambitious to the point that upon the building's completion, it will be 560 feet higher than the Burj Khalifa. Also, it is made of numerous steel which makes 8 Eiffel Towers and 6 Hoover Dams in total. The building comprises 167 floors and 600 residential and hotel rooms. Do not worry about the hassle in traveling from one room to another because this building offers double-decked elevators which would give you a top speed of 32 feet per second. How cool is that? Well, considering that there will be no person to prank you and push all the buttons, right? The building was almost done during 2018, but it was put to halt due to the discovery of government corruption. And among these government officials is the chairman of Jeddah Towers project. This created unfortunate scandals and still going around up until this day. So yeah, the building is still incomplete today even though it was foreseen to be finished in 2020. That's quite disappointing. Next, we have Dubai Creek Tower. I know you have expected it. A building from Dubai will be on the list. No matter how many buildings are created in the world, Dubai is still fighting for the crown as where the tallest building on the world situates. Back in 2016, it was revealed that a sleek looking tower will be structured in Dubai. This is set to finish the reign of Burj Khalifa as the tallest building on earth. Exciting, isn't it? Dubai is becoming its own competitor. The Dubai Creek Tower plans to stand for 3,045 to 3,300 feet. If you wonder why the exact figures are not disclosed, well, since Dubai is very competitive, it does not let the other developers know their exact plan because the others might redevelop and increase the height of their buildings. What a move. However, even though this would overtake the position of the Burj Khalifa, it only contains the 20 residential floors and 10 observation decks. It also contains minimalistic design because of its single concrete column, which is supported by huge net of steel cables to keep it secured in place. If you ever ask me about its overall appearance, this is more like a monument than a high building. Nevertheless, the ability of developers in Dubai is indeed exhibited in this masterpiece. Moreover, during 2018, the base of the building was constructed through a pile cap that is more than 65 feet thick and 132,000 tons in weight. Everything was going steady and fine in terms of the construction up until the 2008 financial crash got in the way, which prevented the Creek Tower from moving forward. In fact, one of the goals of the developers is to finish the project in 2020 and show it in the World Expo. But sadly, this remained a goal for them and never turned into reality. But do not be so downhearted, because it is projected that in 2022, the Creek Tower will soon be finished. Moving forward, we have the Sky Mile Tower. Just as the name suggests, the Sky Mile Tower of Japan did not come to play as a typical tall building out there. It is reported to be 5,577 feet tall, which is more than twice the height of Burj Khalifa. To give you another picture, Imagine the Statue of Liberty, then stack 17 more of it on top. There you have it. That is how tall the Sky Mile Tower of Japan is. However, it is not only constructed to compete with other buildings as the tallest, it is also for the problem of Tokyo, Japan in terms of overpopulation. In fact, they have more than 14 million people staying together for only 845 square miles. Through the Sky Mile Tower, there will be more houses for people to comfortably stay in. There are also spaces for libraries, gyms, hotels, clinics, and many more rooms to suffice the needs of the people. It will also increase the vertical network of residential communities through multi-level sky lobbies. Well, this may to be one of the solutions to overpopulation even for other countries. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Going back, the height of the building may lead to problems. However, the developers are well versed enough to design vertical slots throughout the facade of the building to prevent passing through of wind to the entire building. Cool, isn't it? But the construction for this building is predicted to start in 2045. A very long waiting period for you. Another Japanese infrastructure on the list, the Shimizu Megacity Pyramid. Even in the 90s, there have been plans for constructing something that will make history. In 1996, the Shimizu Corporation presented a proposal inspired by the sci-fi Blade Runner. The total height of the pyramid is 6,575 feet and is 14 times larger than the Great Pyramids of Giza. To ensure that there is sturdy foundation, the developers made a holding structure of 81 piers made of specialized concrete. It is expected to have recreational spaces in a neighborhood which can accommodate up to 1 million residents. There is also accelerated walkways and elevators to support transportation. This is a magnificent kind of innovation, right? However, up until today, there is still no found material which can support the structure. But who knows? With the advancement of technology, there is still a possibility of turning this proposal into reality. Just like what they said, nothing is impossible. Lastly, the space elevator. Given its name, would it reach the outer space? NASA reported that Russian scientist named Konstantin Tsiolkovsky thought about the idea of space elevator. So instead of a building, this is a motorized elevator which can reach the space in one long tether. Using this, rockets, satellites, and people may be carried to space, which makes it a typical tourist attraction. Well, to build this, it would cost 10 billion whopping dollars, which in fact is cheaper than any other space programs. However, there are reasons why this is not currently started by NASA despite the cheap price. Traditional materials like steel is too heavy to launch into orbit and its substitute. The ultra-strong material graphene is very difficult to produce. Moreover, the speed is an issue. Even if elevators set up with a top speed of 190 meters per hour, it would still take 5 days to travel 22,000 miles. But do not lose hope because China and Japan is still in the process of making things possible for the space elevator, and is projected to start on 2045. Well, just be patient. Well, there you have it. Those are some of the upcoming tallest buildings in the world. What do you think about them? Which one do you think has the most potential in making history among the tallest buildings? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, do not forget to like and share this video and subscribe to this channel for more luxurious videos. This is the Luxe Luxury channel. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.